Avengers Endgame was widely regarded as the conclusion of the primary Avengers saga in the Marvel Cinematic Universe (MCU), but the concept of a doomsday or end-of-the-world scenario could apply to several stories within the Marvel comics and broader superhero narratives. However, since there's no specific Avengers Doomsday movie, I'll infer you're asking for an explanation of the Avengers dealing with an apocalyptic threat, much like in Endgame, Infinity War, or potentially in some other hypothetical storylines based on Marvel comics. For the sake of the narrative, let's assume we are looking at a scenario similar to the major comic events where the Avengers face doomsday-level threats like Thanos, Ultron, or other cosmic villains like Kong the Conqueror or even Galactus. Introduction: The Avengers and apocalyptic threats. The Avengers, Earth's mightiest heroes, are often called upon to stop threats that go beyond mere criminals or terrorists. They are the last line of defense against doomsday scenarios, where the fate of Earth, and often the entire universe, hangs in the balance. These threats typically involve powerful adversaries with global or cosmic ambitions, whether it's the eradication of life, total domination, or bending the fabric of reality itself. In movies like Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, we see the Avengers grappling with such monumental stakes when facing Thanos, the Mad Titan, who wields the power of the Infinity Stones to wipe out half of all life in the universe. But what if we considered a different villain or storyline, something even more catastrophic, where not just half, but the entire universe is at risk of total annihilation? The Doomsday Villain. Enter Kong the Conqueror. In a Doomsday movie centered around the Avengers, one of the most fitting antagonists could be Kong the Conqueror, a time-traveling warlord from the future, bent on dominating all of time and space. Unlike Thanos, whose goal was to balance the universe, Kang's motivation is pure conquest. He sees himself as the rightful ruler of all timelines and dimensions. His power stems from his advanced technology and mastery over time, which gives him the ability to travel through eras and create alternate realities, ensuring his rule is absolute. Kang's arrival would signify a far more apocalyptic event than even Thanos' snap, because Kong seeks to rewrite history itself. His goal would not be to kill half the universe, but to remake it in his image, erasing any existence or resistance from the Avengers. Act 1. Kang's arrival and the fracturing of reality. The movie could open with the Avengers disbanded and scattered after their previous victories. The world has returned to a fragile state of peace, and the heroes are trying to move on with their lives. Suddenly, anomalies begin to occur, timelines are converging, past events are being altered, and people from different timelines are appearing where they don't belong. At first, the Avengers are unsure who or what is behind these events. The Avengers' leader, likely someone like Doctor Strange, post-Endgame, warns them that the multiverse is unraveling. The source of this chaos is traced to a mysterious force from the future, Kong the Conqueror. With his advanced technology and mastery over time, Kong is systematically wiping out every alternate timeline and dimension to prevent any future in which the Avengers could rise up and stop him. Kang's first attack is swift and devastating. Entire cities vanish from existence as he erases pivotal moments in history that led to the formation of the Avengers. Heroes like Iron Man and Captain America, now out of the picture due to earlier battles, cannot assist, and the remaining Avengers must unite once more to save not just their universe, but all of time itself. Act 2. The Avengers assemble across time. Realizing the gravity of the situation, the remaining Avengers, Thor, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, Hulk, and Ant-Man, begin to seek allies across time. Since Kang's attack affects every timeline, heroes from other dimensions, such as the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and even past versions of the Avengers, are recruited. This is where the film takes advantage of the multiverse narrative introduced in the MCU. One of the most emotional aspects of the film would involve the Avengers visiting alternate timelines where they meet familiar faces in unfamiliar roles. For instance, they might find a universe where Tony Stark never became Iron Man, or a reality where Captain America is still fighting in World War II. These interactions would bring a nostalgic yet bittersweet tone to the film, as they witness worlds where their past victories never occurred, reminding them of their previous sacrifices. The Avengers' plan involves traveling through time, fixing Kang's disruptions, and gathering intelligence on his fortress, Chronopolis, a sprawling city that exists outside of time itself. However, Kong has anticipated this move. For every timeline the Avengers save, Kong erases 3 more. His mastery of time means he can be everywhere at once, a constant threat, making him even more dangerous than Thanos. Act 3. The fall of the Avengers and the ultimate sacrifice. As the Avengers' efforts to stop Kong continue, the battle becomes one of attrition. Kong is not just a conqueror, he's a strategist with knowledge of future events, meaning every move the Avengers make has already been anticipated. This culminates in a massive battle across time and space, where every Avenger from every timeline is pitted against Kang's endless army of future warriors. In this battle, many beloved characters fall, and hope begins to fade. Kang's forces overwhelm them as his ultimate plan nears completion. With Chronopolis nearly finished, Kong prepares to initiate his final act, collapsing all of time into one singular moment where he alone will reign supreme. This singularity will erase every universe, leaving only one future, Kang's future. As all seems lost, the Avengers realize that the only way to defeat Kong is to destroy his access to time travel. The technology that powers his empire is the key to his downfall. However, this technology is embedded into Kang's very being. To stop him, someone must destroy the device that allows him to manipulate time, but doing so will erase the hero from existence entirely. Thor, still mourning the loss of his brother Loki and feeling unworthy since the events of Endgame, volunteers for the task. In an epic final confrontation, Thor confronts Kong in Chronopolis. The battle is intense, with Thor using all his might to destroy the time core. In a final act of defiance, Thor sacrifices himself, causing the entire city of Chronopolis to collapse and Kang's control over time to shatter. Act 4. The Aftermath and Legacy of the Avengers. With Kong defeated, the multiverse begins to heal, but the damage is significant. Many timelines remain broken, and several Avengers are lost. The world is safe, but the cost is high. Thor's sacrifice brings peace to the remaining heroes, who now understand that their legacy is not just about saving lives, but about ensuring that the future remains free from tyranny. In the final scenes, the remaining Avengers, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and others, reflect on the sacrifices made. They vow to protect not just their world, but every timeline, to prevent future conquerors like Kong from rising. As they look out into the stars, we get a glimpse of other threats looming on the horizon, hinting at future challenges for the Avengers. Conclusion: The Avengers, Doomsday. In this hypothetical Avengers Doomsday movie, the stakes are not just the survival of Earth, but the survival of time and reality itself. By introducing a villain like Kong, whose mastery of time puts him above even Thanos, the Avengers face their most complex and apocalyptic challenge yet. The movie would balance intense action sequences with deep emotional moments as the Avengers confront alternate versions of themselves and come to terms with the cost of being Earth's mightiest heroes. While the universe is saved, the future remains uncertain, ensuring that the legacy of the Avengers, and the MCU, continues in future films.